My name is Mark, working with MD Rating. My buddy Chris asked me an interesting question last week I never really thought about doing a video on, and it was in reference to muzzle brakes. So we were having a discussion, excuse me for moving around, we were having a discussion about linear comps, and he was like, well, what's the difference? He was like, do a video on it. I was like, oh, okay, great. So in the event, you have different style of muzzle brakes depending on what a shooter wants. From my understanding and my experience in using muzzle brakes, they can be used to do various things. To decrease the recoil, they can be used to decrease flash, they can be used to also keep a lot of the blast and the concussion away from a shooter. They can do quite a few things, but what I found is when you change out muzzle devices, not only is it going to make the rifle feel a little different, possibly good or bad, it can also change your point of impact. And I also realized with some of the linear comps that I use, it increases the pressure. Well, I'm not gonna say pressure. The ejection pattern. I'm sorry, the ejection pattern of the casing. So it seems like it increases the gas to the point where maybe it's not over gassing the rifle, but it's creating a little more gas in the bulk carry group area, and you'll see the shell case. I'll see the shell casing shoot like in front of me versus shooting to the side or directly behind me. So jumping back on muzzle brakes. So mostly your AR is usually going to come with this A2 style flash hider. Okay, well you'll see that the bottom is closed, is sealed, and the top you'll have areas for the gas to vent out. And this is pretty awesome because in a 16 or 20 inch barrel AR, it's not extremely bright, right? You know, the gas pressure is able to come through the top, gives you a little bit of, it forces the front end of the firearm down some, but not too much to the point where it's going to be throwing it to your feet. But it'll just kind of keep you on target. So that's awesome for a 20 inch and a 16 inch rifle. Now, shooting that on an AR pistol, personally, is not fun because number one, it's extremely loud, and two, it's blindingly bright. So what I did, and I don't have my AR pistol in front of me, but what I do have, I have my CMG Mutant, and it is clear. It's clear, of course, right? So what I did is I put a linear comp, and since the Mutant is a 16 inch barrel, I just put the little, I believe it's a 2 inch or something. I believe it's a 2 inch. It's a micro. It's the linear comp, the micro, the shortest one, because in 16 inch barrel, it's not loud. I just had a spare one, and it does an awesome job, mainly on my AR pistols, my 8 inch, the 10.5 inch. Does a great job. Does an amazing job, to the point where, not that I recommend this, but it keeps a lot of the concussion and blast away from the shooter. So you're just hearing, mostly what you're getting is from the action itself, but majority of that the dangerous noise is going forward. You don't really hear it in your ears, even with ears on. But check this out. One that I am going to change is on this AR-15 lower, but the upper is 5 for 5 by 39, so the Russian is 22. Now, it is clear. See, it's clear. There's nothing in there. But check out this muzzle brake. This thing is wicked. Yeah, this I haven't shot it yet. I don't want to shoot this yet until I get me a linear comp. This is gonna be loud. All the ports on this joker, it's gonna be freaking ridiculously loud. And the reason I know is because I recently got rid of my my Mosin Nagant muzzle brake that had the ports and stuff on it. Shooting it without the muzzle brake, it's a little more recoil, but it's nowhere near as loud. It's ridiculously loud. Standing next to it, it's too much. It's overwhelming, right? It's just obnoxious, and I can't stand it. So there are different muzzle brakes. Me personally, I like linear comps. Like I said before, linear comps keeps the blast away from the shooter. Even though you have ears and eyes on, it can still be loud to the point where it can affect your hearing because most ear protection is reducing the sound by about 20-30 decibels from what I've seen. My electronic earmuffs, they reduce the sound by about 20, I want to say 26 decibels, 26 to 28 decibels. So if you're just continuously shooting something loud, it can affect you. So do realize that this A2 style muzzle brake, the birdcage, works great. It works great. But this comp, these expensive comps usually tend to keep the rifle or weapon or firearm pretty stable. I shot one, a guy let me shoot at the range a couple of years ago, and it was similar to this one, but it was so effective that you can literally just take the gun, put it in your shoulder, hold it with one hand, and pull the trigger, and it did not move. But it was extremely loud. It was just way loud for a 5.56. If you needed to use that in a home defense situation or scenario, you'd probably be deaf. Your ears would probably start bleeding. That's how loud it was. So, but the blast cans, I love the blast cans because, as I showed in the videos, what they do is they actually, you're still going to get a little bit of that flame come out, right? You know, you're still going to get a little bit of a slight flamethrower, but the blast cans actually keep the flame to a minimum, especially on pistols. So my blast cans that I have, my linear comps, they actually do a better job than this A2 style birdcage because the barrel length is shorter. So some of the powder is being burnt. But it's going to be a little more recoil, tad bit. Not to the point where you can't do a couple double taps, whatever you need to do. But do realize that with the linear comps, you're going to get some recoil, but that's to be expected. So all in all, I may have missed some things, may have jumped over some stuff, or maybe I said something incorrectly that you don't agree with. That's cool if you don't agree with me. We can agree to disagree. Your experience might be different. You may love linear comps. You may think that linear comps are the quietest thing in the world. I mean, your ears are different than mine. I'm not trying to be partially deaf. So, do me a favor. Please click the like, subscribe, share it. If it added any value to you guys, make sure you comment below. If I missed anything, please make sure you put a comment in there or say something. Lets me know. I want to make sure I properly engage with you guys because I'm trying to be as valuable as possible. So thank you so much. God bless you guys. Have a great day.